Friends too.
Randy, they're not. Yes, sir.
We're gonna bring in our next guest.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's nothing down there.
Oh, what? What?
Yeah, there's nothing down there, man. See, there's nothing there.
Well, they were popping up, and there was two, and one disappeared.
Oh, there was nothing, and then there was no one. I don't know what you're talking about, John.
I don't know.
Literally nothing, and there was no one.
What is happening?
Oh, if only people knew what I was talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I saw
other people watching people that don't see them.
Well, we do have nothing, which is actually Charles. Nothing is going to be Charles. Hey, Charles, what's going on?
What's up, man?
Just having the time of our life.
Oh yeah. How you guys doing? Can you hear me?
Yep.
I hear you perfectly.
Oh,
I love it.
You guys look absolutely amazing. That's what I told these guys. I was like, they popped on, and I was like, now I'm like so excited. They look great.
I feel very underdressed now, but
I know. I'm sitting here in a Jayhawk shirt, and I'm like, I need to go put a suit on.
So
but business.
I'll kind of introduce ourselves a little bit. My name is Randy, and I'm in Oklahoma City.
I'm Ashton. I'm also out here in Oklahoma City.
And I am John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
What's up, fellas?
And you guys are all over the map as well, aren't you?
Yeah. So I'm nothing. Charles as well. You can call me. I'm out in California.
Okay.
I'm Joe or no one. I'm no one. I'm on the nature coast of Florida now. I was in Los Angeles, but I'm on the nature coast of Florida, north of Tampa.
Okay. Cool.
Big jump.
Heck yeah.
His address is. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Clip that. And now he's going back over to the West Coast.
So I've been watching you guys for a while, man. You guys are like tearing up my social media feed, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. You guys are all over it, and I'm enjoying the shit out of it. You guys have been doing really well at promoting everything that you guys have going on. Speaking of, your latest song, Burn, it's just absolutely amazing. And so how did you guys come together? You're like, I keep telling everybody, they're like a super group, So, but how did you guys all come together?
Charles and I met in a band called Loser with John 5, who's the guitar player in Motley Crue now. Back in the 2000s, mid 2000s, I came to Los Angeles to do a new band with John 5 called Loser, and we picked up Charles at a Perfect Circle show, actually going there to talk to some other people that were in the band at the time, and we ran into this guy, and then next thing he was at the house, and John was showing him how to play the bass parts and stuff, and it was really it was a long growing experience, and through the years we stuck together, and we'd go off and do our separate things, but we always come back together and we'd write. We started recording with Pro Tools around 2011, and we'd come together and write groups of songs over a period of time, and then we'd go off in our separate directions and do our bands and come back a few years later and do more. And so that started developing over, I'd say started picking up steam in the around 2020, 2021, where we really started to get focused. And then lo and behold, as we came into 2023, 2024, we were ready to bring things together. And we brought Pat on board from Red Sun Rising and Violent. And it's been wonderful. I mean, it's been a beautiful experience. And I want Charles to elaborate as well, because he'll give you his perspective.
Yeah. So as far as Pat goes, I was on tour. I used to play guitar in Gemini Syndrome, and we were on tour together with Red Sun Rising and Seven Dust at the time. And I saw that dude just he would set up his own drums. He'd be polishing his cymbals and like changing all of his drum heads. And like, you could tell like he was like a serious, like legit drummer, you know? Like a lot of guys on stage and like, or on tour and like, you know, they're about other things. I don't know, you know, but like you could tell like he's like a drummer's drummer. And I was like, I'm going to remember that. I'm going to keep that in my memory banks there stored. And I know I'm going to come back to this guy. And that's exactly what happened once we had enough songs. You know, like Joe was saying, like we just were recording, getting better and better and better, recording our own material without anybody else involved, just the two of us. And then it was time for like, I'm like, we need to get a drummer to track drums. I'm like, I know the guy. So we called up Pat. One thing led to another. And eventually we were like, hey, Pat, do you want to like do this as a real project with us? And he was like, yeah.
Yeah, and I always thought I knew what the drummer would be as this thing was developing. But when Pat came into the picture, it was like everything went out the fucking door. It was like Pat. I mean, the guy he's like Danny Carey, but more, and he's like Matt Cameron from Soundgarden, that kind of vibe, you know, but just power. It's awesome. I love it.
Nice. Even better than you had expected. That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, he does stuff. He'll do stuff on there that I'm just like, God damn.
Blows our mind.
Yeah.
We do the session live on Zoom. Pat has a studio in Nashville where he lives. Charles has his studio in Los Angeles, and I have my studio here. And so we do everything on, you know, when we do the drum tracks and stuff, we'll do it on Zoom. And Charles and I are just getting our fucking minds blown the whole time. We're just sitting
there. We'll be tracking drums. I'm taking notes. I'm like, take 2, keep the entire first half of the song. I'm like, take 3. And so that way, when I'm editing his drum parts down, I'm just like, I know that. I'm like, take 3. I'm taking that bridge section. That was awesome. And then we always have him do a take. I'm just like, okay, now, like, if you were going to play like completely over the top, what would you do? And then he does amazing things.
So Pat's in Nashville?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool. Did you guys catch a little bit of the people we were talking to before? It's Rockin' Pod Nashville that's going to be going on in Nashville in April. So that may be something that he would like to show up to and check out, because it sounds like it's going to be a good time.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
We'll let him know.
Yeah.
Hey, Randy, I think Randy or Ashton, somebody's probably got a little burn queued up and we could get a little clip played.
I do, as a matter of fact. So, inside the Trojan horse, burn. Yes. That is awesome. So if anybody that is watching us live right now, if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything for the band, just shoot them to us, and we'll be able to
Relay.
ask the band. Yeah, see what we got going on. Yeah, let's hear it. But yeah, oh well, yeah, we got some folks up in there, you know.
We got a whole bunch.
Heck yeah, that's the good stuff. So, tell us about what's happening the 13th. What's going on?
We're dropping our next single, Savior, the video, in the collection, the first collection, the EP as a whole. Savior is number 2, and we're really, really excited about it. It's a great, great song. Every song's come out so naturally in this band. It's there's been some rubbing and tugging, obviously, and some grinding and finding, but we fucking each song finds its groove relatively with a nice, almost effortless hum. I'm not going to say completely effortless because I'd be a liar. Grind their way into perfection, or they slide their way in. And I'm really excited about the songs as they're unfolding, because it's crazy to have so many that it's still to come. As they come out, it's really
that's exciting. Yeah, yeah. Todd Jara says, "I know that voice."
Todd, many times, many hours together in Jive. Oh yes, we've spent some time together. I was a drum tech stage manager. Todd handled all my stuff on stage with Jive for many years. Great guy.
Really cool. Yeah, he's probably heard your voice a couple of times.
He knows my voice.
Just here and there.
Can't lie to that man. Come on now.
How did you guys decide on the look that you have going on to take the stage with?
It was Charles's idea, actually. He's the one that fucking suckered me into this whole facade. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm actually glad he did, because I'll make an anecdote. I was weird about it, and because we grow up with our identities and we build them our whole lives. And when you have to actually strip it down into nothingness, when you kill your ego and you kill everything, it's quite a commitment. So basically, what happened was we shot a couple of videos, the first 2 videos, and then we got to the third video and we donned these masks as almost like a mob. Kind of like a Clockwork Orange or some kind of mob.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And when I put the mask on, we were performing actually in this old busted out, burnt out, abandoned mall, all wet with dead bats and just everything. It looked so fucking good. It's a health risk, but it looked amazing. And, as soon as I pulled the mask down, something fucking changed. And I've performed now, thousands of shows, as the singer of rock bands, and it's I've never experienced anything like it. It changed something, and it's exciting because we all get caught in ruts, and it's nice to be able to put on a fucking superhero mask and be an antithesis of a superhero, kind of erase your fucking identity for a minute. It's quite exhilarating, actually, to for a lack of a better word.
You can be whoever you want at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So Jenny has a question for you. How come Pat doesn't have a face covering?
That's a good question, and I'll answer it for you. As Joe was just saying, we were shooting the music videos, and we had gotten to the third one, and that was the one that we had planned on doing the video, doing the masks. So we had to basically go back and reshoot a lot of stuff, and so unfortunately, the first 2 videos, me and Pat aren't wearing the masks.
Yeah, we went back and shot at the locations. We didn't have the availability of everybody here after we had made the decision. Pat was already out on his way back to it because he does a lot of other gigs as well. As a session musician, does really well. And so we had to make the decision, and then we booked the locations and went back and just shot them. I shot myself with the mask, and we felt it was important to have a transitory time to bring everybody into the cult slowly. You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and I drank the Kool-Aid first. I took the one for the team. And then now Charles, in the next video, the third single, How They Run, when that drops next month, they'll be fully indoctrinated into our cult. And this is the antithesis cult, not the cult that's going on and sucking the life out of everything we know. This is the other cult. It's actually, all is just fucking effortless, egoless movement forward. I think I kind of like it.
I love it. That makes sense. That makes sense. Very good question. This is so cool. So Tom says, You're gonna pass out on stage in Texas with that mask on, yo.
Oh God, we're snowing. Tom. We have talked about that quite a bit, Tom. There's another. We are gonna have to have 23 masks for Joe every 3 seconds.
I don't even know what I'm gonna do, guys. I'll tell you what. It's everything in life should be a challenge, I suppose, because that's what it's been, grinding and finding. But I like it. It's still exciting. So let's go. Let's go.
It's also exciting too, like to play guitar. Like I can't really see anything, you know. So like playing, it's like learning the instrument in a completely new way. Like no looking anymore.
I never even thought of that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I didn't either. That'd be crazy.
No peripherals, no nothing.
No. I mean, like I can kind of see, like I can see lights on my screen right now, but I can't make out anything. Because like, I can see the guitar neck, you know what I mean? I can see some of the dots, but like I really can't see them. So it's interesting. A buddy of mine once told me, actually, Meeks, he plays in Cold Chamber. A long time ago, I remember him.
Okay.
He's like the trick of playing live. He's like, you got to practice with your eyes closed. So when you're on stage, you never look at the guitar. I was like, what are you talking about? And it's funny, like that's all I think about now when I'm wearing the mask. I'm like, God damn, Meeks is right.
Got the blinders on.
Yeah.
So how did you guys come up with the name Inside the Trojan Horse?
Well, that's interesting. It was kind of an idea of like of two things kind of together at once. It's like being an infection or like a disease, like a Trojan horse, like a computer virus.
Okay, yeah.
Also, like in the classical sense of like what's inside of a Trojan horse is an army, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought that was just like a very powerful idea, you know, and I brought it up to Joe, and Joe's like, yeah, that's I love that, you know.
That's awesome. I was thinking you don't know what's inside until it exposes itself. Yeah, I was like, I wonder kind of where this came from, but in my mind, that's where I went. You know, it's kind of like you don't know what you got until, boom, here we are.
Yeah, I love it.
It's a very timely reflection of where we live today in the matrix, if you will, or whatever you perceive it to be in your mindset and your perception.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Getting deep in it.
Yeah, it's the more I think about it, the more things come to me, you know. And I once the name was solidified, you know, we were messing around with logos, ideas, and we were able to come up with an idea that was just really cool. You know, we think is really stands out, really bold. I was thinking like something that is instantly like cool and classic, like like your Nine Inch Nails logo, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you see that, you know exactly what it is, even if it's like chopped off a little bit on the top, you know, and they peeled. Like they've always done stuff like that, and I always thought that was a cool thing. You know, it's just like boom, you know.
Yeah, I love your guys' logo too. It's absolutely, yeah, I love that logo.
Yeah, and you know, you've got your upside down cross, you've got your regular cross. You're dealing with the duality of man. You know, there's so many things that it's representing as well, and just, I'm really pleased with the way that came out.
Yeah, I really dig it. So, what made you guys go with the EP style instead of an album, releasing a full album at one time?
Probably because the music has come out in phases with us, and we're releasing it in phases. And actually, this represents a really good collection of the newer stuff that we've written. We still have a lot of stuff that we wrote in the earlier days that it's equally as good, but it's definitely has its own kind of sound and collection. So the way we're doing it now is this collection comes out, the next collection will be more of the newer stuff, and we'll start releasing some of the back stuff as well as B-sides and rarity collection.
Okay.
Yeah. At this point, there's literally so many songs that we have, but yeah, like he's saying, there's this collection is they go together, if that makes sense, for lack of a better. And we're transitioning right now into actually something even heavier and more progressive. So the next batch of songs will be even longer, even heavier, even, you know, So that's where we're at.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any plans on touring?
We're considering that's something we have to develop this, get our sound out, get our vibe out, construct our living situation, and see how it expands. But yeah, we're talking about some rehearsals later this year to start getting in that mindset.
Okay.
We need to get these songs out there so people can be a little bit familiar with something as well, you know.
Mhm.
And for anyone that's looking for your stuff, where's the best place for them to find all things inside the Trojan Horse?
Everywhere, really. You can. Our link tree has everything, which is ITTH_band. Is it underscore band or is it ITTH band? Our link tree. I think it's underscore band.
Yeah, I mean, go to our Instagram page, Spotify. You can YouTube. You know, it's out there everywhere.
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, everything.
I'm telling you, they're out there. They're all up in my feed. There we go. God, yeah, I love that logo.
It is a freaking sweet logo.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
What kind of merch they got there, Ashton?
We got some shirts. We got some stickers for y'all. Y'all get up in there and you can buy some. You can stick them on things.
I like stickers. I put them all over everything.
Things.
You can put that shirt on. You can wear it. You can give it to your girlfriend. You know what? She'll sleep in it.
Hell yeah.
Sick website too.
Cool, man.
That's really cool. And Savior comes out the 13th. Make sure. Well, where are you going to release that? Is it just going to be on all the music platforms, or are you going to be releasing it with a broadcast or a publication or anything like that?
The videos will drop with our good friends Johnny over at iMusic Magazine. I've been working with Johnny, known him for many years. He's always been supportive. And so we're doing this one with Johnny, and it'll be on iMusic Magazine, and we'll be sharing those links out as we get closer. We're only 8 to 9 days away, so excited to get number 2 so we can get to number 3 and the 4 and the 5. So here we go.
Yeah.
All right. I love it. Yeah, it looks like we've got the links to the link tree in there in the comments. So everybody hit them up, check them out, buy some stickers to stick on some shit.
Stick on some
I'd
stuff.
be a menace with those stickers. They're going everywhere.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you guys so much, and thanks for joining us so soon. Earlier, I was like, "Oh shit! Oh shit!"
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. It's all good, man. I was like, it got me on my game. I'm like, shit, I better get up there.
Good morning.
Remember, I can't see shit, so I didn't know what time it was. You know, I thought it was time for me to go.
That's hilarious.
It feels right.
I'm trying to log in. I'm like, how do you?
Yeah, you just sent me the this picture of the background, and I was just trying to upload it to the background, and then I hear this. Boop. I'm like, oh shit. And then worse off, you couldn't hear a word I was saying.
Oh, I was like, great, it's broken. It's broken.
No, it was totally me. My headphones had linked to my computer, and my headphones were upstairs, so
Yep.
there was the mic.
That whole thing that happens, yeah, when you're on the old Zoom web calls, you know, as it were. Yeah. I know. Oh, yeah.
And as always, go to the band's websites, go buy their merch. That's the best way to support them and make sure that they get to be where they want to be.
Out to you.
Yes, right.
And thank you, Randy. We've been working together for many years as well. You've been really
Absolutely. Yeah, I absolutely adore you, man.
Thank you. I adore you as well, my friend. We've had many great long conversations.
I'm sure we're going to have more. You guys just need to make it to Oklahoma.
Definitely, for sure.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Hey, we do have a question for Charles that just popped up. I think it came
okay.
I was gonna say, yeah, hang on, one more. So what's Charles' favorite overdrive and distortion to use?
Oh shit, that's a really good question.
That actually is a
okay.
good one.
So if we're talking like actual pedals, the Maxon Overdrive, the green Maxon Overdrive, if you're using that in front of a tube amp, if you're using a modeler like the Axe-Fx, I like the TR-808, I believe is what it is, overdrive pedal inside of the Axe-Fx, which is what I play now. I play an Axe-Fx, so don't hate. But yeah, those are my two favorites as far as digital and real pedal goes.
Hell yeah.
Very cool. I didn't understand any of that.
Sorry,
Well,
yeah, you got me in my element. Like I'm like when it comes to cars and gear and
It sounded good.
Time to
Though.
nerd out. Let's go.
You guys want to
I
talk
feel
about
that.
tubes? Let's talk about some tubes.
You never go wrong with the tubes. Come on now.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Until you break one, then you're kind of pissed off. But
You better be careful. There's a couch back there.
I know. I've got. We have 2 different live streams going here, so.
How funny. How funny. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. And I cannot wait for the 13th. And I cannot wait to hear this new song that you've got, Savior. And I'm gonna follow everything you've got, and I'm gonna push for you to come to Oklahoma. I don't really care if you go to Kansas.
Funny story. Mine and Joe's first show ever, like our major first show that we ever did when we were in our first band in mid 2000s with that band Loser, was at the Coca-Cola Event Center in Oklahoma City.
There you go.
With Stain. We were on tour with Stain and Theory of a Dead Man. I remember it. I remember I was so fucking nervous. My first big show.
It was a big room, man. It was full.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool place.
Yep.
It really is a pretty cool place.
Yeah, my father made it out, and I remember seeing all the way across. He was all on the front of the house, up on a riser by the front of the house. And I could barely see him, and I was like, oh, he was all like into it. I was like, damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That place is still around?
I don't think it is. I think it's something else now. I don't even think it's a music venue anymore.
Oh, bummer.
yeah,
that
place
place
is still there, but
Yeah, it was cool.
There was a lot of years ago that I got to see Gemini Syndrome in a place called the Aftershock in Kansas City. Also, that place is no longer there either.
Wait, what year was that?
I don't recall.
I played at Aftershock with Gemini Syndrome.
I don't know what year it was. It's been a lot of years back, and I don't remember. Who else
I think it was like 2016 or 17. I think maybe we Stitched Up Heart and.
Oh, they're awesome too.
Yeah, I forget. That was a long time ago, but yeah, definitely. I remember that place. I remember being in Kansas, and I remember it being humid, and I remember the stage being wet and like slipping around up there. There's a lot of shit in here.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
as well.
Thank you guys so much. And anything you guys need, hit us up, email me, hit me in the messenger. Just anything you guys want us to get out there for you, or anything we can do for you. We'd love to have you back on again, especially if you have a tour announcement to Oklahoma.
or anywhere.
Yeah, we'll get out there. We were literally just talking about it like 2 days ago. We were having a serious conversation about what we want to do for shows and how we want to approach that. Because a little bit about the band is we're not signed to a label. We do everything ourselves. We shoot all of our music videos. We record and write and produce all of our own music. So it's all just us, just doing everything ourselves, DIY. So we're gonna get out there. We're gonna book our shows. We gotta build it, from the ground up. We gotta book shows. We're gonna get out there and beat the pavement, and we're gonna get in front of y'all's faces.
I love it. Love it.
We don't want to do the whole label thing. We just want to be like, hey, let's just do this ourselves.
Yeah. Freedom.
The middleman.
Yeah.
First time to be free. Come on.
Yeah, baby. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great evening.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
guys.
Oh, how much fun was that?
Anyways,
yeah.
you know what that really reminded me of is because they were all wearing masks to hide their identity. Like Kiss used to do that back in the day.
You knew you were going to say that. And you didn't even have your finger on the button. There you go.
I had to do a little clicky for it.
Shit.
I just had to squeak that in.
My God.
That's so
Of
cool.
course.
Yeah, that was awesome, you guys.
Yeah.
How
I
about
like
you
that.
play us out?
All righty, let's get us a little outro going on.
We bang your ugly friends too.